Kryptonian laddies, my name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko was, or no, What If Zuko became a Kryptonian? So, in this What If, Zuko was born as a Kryptonian. So he has Kryptonian powers like super flight, super speed, heat vision, ice breath, resistance, like 2 bullets and yeah. And yeah. He also gained a new power, but I won't tell you because it's or 2 new powers that I won't tell you until he gets to that juicy part. So, yeah. So now, Zuko, home, and of course, I have to add Zumi. If I could find her, there she is, right here. Zooming. So, yeah. To it. So, let's begin. Them being born, and then at age of 4, they go to a quark doctor, and the quark doctor tells Zumi that she has quirk of fire manipulation, and she's all happy about it, like she wants to become a pro hero. And of course, at age of 3, before, I forgot to mention, at age of 3, Todoroki, Todoroki and Bakugo had a huge crush on her. Not out of rage or hate, but out of love. Like, they love her deeply. Yeah. So then, yeah, but that's besides the point. But yeah. So, so Zumi is happy, or so we're back at the doctor's thing. Zumi, he is happy that she has a quirk, huh? But when like the quirk doctor tells Zuko that he doesn't have a quirk, it's like it's unfair. How did you do it? Or how did you get one and I don't? That seems so unfair. Huh? Well, okay. So then, so he goes around as he's just so like, yeah. But things change when at age of 5, when Bakugo, or when Zumi and when Zumi and Bakugo, or no, when Zumi and Zuko were her playing like ball, like with a basketball thing, as Zuko says, "I got it," as the ball literally went right across the road, and they're like, or he did look both ways, but he walked, huh? And as he's about to pick it up, as a armored truck that got hijacked by the villains drove so fast and away from the police as they hit or they hit the kid, but instead of making Zuko go flying, the armored truck dented in so much that the villains couldn't even get out, and so and plus it flipped over as he picks up the ball. Oh, as the kids thought, or other kids thought he was dead, but when he got the ball, and they're like, "Man, are you feeling okay, dude?" As Bakugo and Todoroki were surprised. And let's say one of the pro heroes, like Dead Arm, saw him do that, as he's like, right? As he does not know what has happened either. So then so Zuko ends up, he's calming himself down as he was sleeping. So the next morning, or to a time skip to 15. So he was walking home through the tunnel with his sister. And he talks with her. He sensed something's gonna go wrong, as a sludge villain comes out of nowhere, try to grab Zuko or Zumi, as he tells his sister to run. As he's trying to think, as he did had a cold, so he's like, as a monster is about to use one of his tentacles things, or sledge, to grab him, but he sneezed so hard as he's like, achoo, as he turned the entire island, or no, underneath, into the ice, including the sludge villain, into an ice cube. And as he's about to sneeze, keep it in, as he's pounding on himself, as All Might shows up, as they're wondering what happened here. Oh. As he's trying to, as he got super sick, Eh? Yeah. So, yeah. So All Might was like, holy crud, what happened to him? As he, you don't look so good. Huh. Yeah. I mean, so Zuko and um, like, leaving as All Might, the sludge villain. But yeah, yeah. So, funny enough, All Might ain't, or no, actually, Bakugo, or no, in this alternate timeline, Bakugo doesn't get attacked by such a villain because, yeah. And then you know, as they're like wondering why, eh? And plus, Zuko doesn't get one for all. Oh, but Zumi did, and yeah, and he was like wiping his nose, as he just needs some sun, as he sits out on the trash beach. I don't know how to say it properly, so that sand and one the that connects the water with the island with the green. Okay? So then so his friends were yeah. So he says, you know what? This sand needs to be cleaned up. So then he speeds around really fast, picking up Ermin and leftover machinery, puts it in the recycle bin or something as he goes in, and as he gets interrupted, and he sure knew how to, like, yeah. So, yeah. So he wanted to clear her area, and then Maya, or I forget her name, Mina. That's what her name is. So I know that Maya and Mina are two different beings, but I can never remember which one was which. So she's like, hey, man, you sure cleaned up all the stuff on the ring. Yeah. but I'm okay with that. I need some sun on it. So, okay. As he takes her, or as he's about to sneeze, as he turns his head, sneezed, and it became a winterland. Ugh. Sorry about that. I not to sneeze on people and turn them into ice statues. Ugh. As she says, that's alright. I mean, here. As she brings out a tissue to, yeah. As she, but in this timeline, Zuko is much more like focused, and he understands what people, as she wants to show the her creations, but she calls them babies things. He says, sure. Then, yeah. I mean, wow. It's pretty cool. Thanks. Okay. All those materials that you just cleaned off the thing is quite in, is my like resources thing. Yeah, sorry about that. Because it's not very. Right. And she says, "You're my first customer." Thing. Yeah. Okay. As he, yeah. So he's just gonna lay and relaxed as he's producing his own. Like he feels much better as he was sleeping in the sun. As everybody thinks that he might get a burn. And funny enough, they waited for a couple minutes, and Zuko went right back to 100% as he feels much better. Huh. So then, yeah. So Zuko ends up being like, okay. So he trains his entire body. He, as his eyes turn green, like I try to do it like this, but it looks, yeah. So he shoots green lasers things. So he ends up going to UA, and he feels a lot more human as he, yeah. So he did a written part of it, and he's much more focused. But when he mumbles, it's normally keeps him like home. As let's say Tenya Ida tells him to like no muttering thing. As he says, okay. It's I'm just wording it out so that I could understand it too better. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say quietly, like muttering. Okay? As Zuko, as everybody's like, okay, if I am hearing this right, and as he did raise his hand before, he asks, am I correct that you said keep away from 0 pointer? I heard it all the way through. Yes. As the music mic says, yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so, and can we use our full abilities? Like, okay, sure. So then he basically, Zuko did, like, trip again, and Ochako, like, caught him, and yeah. And he says thank you, and now, as he flies, or he uses super speed, then he's like, alright. And over, like, as Zumi was sitting right next to her brother, and yeah, they were both twins. Todoroki was like, and Bakugo were like, that lucky guy. I can't believe they're twins. So, yeah. So then Zuko is much more focused person. And Zumi tells him to just win in against the robots, no matter what. Okay? Alright. So then he used his full energy. So he feels so much like so powerful that he could have probably taken on the robots by himself. As gates open, and Zuko flies in with enough force, as because he learned how to fly, and as he used his heat vision and to like blast enemies, like he got 1 pointer, 2 pointers, 3 pointers, He flies around the entire city at supersonic speeds. As everyone was like, holy crud. And this boy could fly. And they were like, man. And even Mr. Ozawa was surprised. He's about how powerful Zuko. As even Zumi was so, like, she could not believe that her own brother has amazing abilities for being quirkless. Zoom! Zoom! Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So then, after that, for a 0-pointer, he's like, okay. As he tosses the robot up into the air. No, he actually grabs it. Where are you going? As he throws the robot all the way. Oh, yeah. So then he says, I did not destroy it. I tossed it to make it land on its head. And I successfully did it. As the robot just falls. And yeah. As the test was over, but the 0-pointer went haywire and almost tried to kill all the students. Azuku just sliced or uses his heat vision to slice Ace right through a 0-pointer. Because the test was over, so that did not count. Yeah. So he did like save Ochako, so that gives him over 9 million points to save citizens and yeah. So then, yeah. Plus, he destroyed way more robots, like 100 of them. And they're like, man, Zuko, calm down. And plus, Zuko was like, he gets class 1A, just like how Zumi is. And yeah, Zuko ends up being so proud of himself as he picks up Zumi to go, or he flies back to to their house as he drops her off. Huh? As he, like, sets down, or gets down. Man. That's actually a cool power that you have, Zuko. Yeah. You're quirkless, but it seems like that's not the case. You have the natural abilities. Like as they know about kryptonian and how they affect people. And of course, Zuko was actually a Kryptonian, as Zumi could tell that her brother is Kryptonian. And as he tells, or as they both told their mom, as their mom's like, okay, what do you mean? Watch. Or come with us. As they come, or as, let's say, Zumi and Yeah, Zumi and Inko went outside with Zuko, and Zuko, who used his flying abilities, as there's like nothing on his back, or yeah, as they're like trying to figure it out. As Inko is like, "Holy crud! I can't believe that you're crypto part crypt or no, you're full Kryptonian." And Zuko, I'm so proud of you. How did you end up being born with this awesome ability? And when Zuko tells him, or no, tells her that I was born naturally, eh? And I got these. Yeah, my goodness, I can't believe that you could fly. Can you shoot beams? Yep. As he, let's say they had a empty can, puts right in front, as he shoots the lasers right out of his eyes. He, as they're so proud of him. As Inko was like, holy crud. So, yeah. So Zuko was like, yeah. So Zuko ends up going, or so they made him a costume. That kind of looks like a like green version of Superman. And like the full green colors. Like we have what in black suit thing, and then we got blue and red and yellow. We got gray, like silver gray and light gray. So yeah. So I decided to choose. Actually, yeah, I choose that color scheme. So yeah, but without the underwear on the outside. So yeah, and Zumi gets what Zuko from canon version looks like. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. They they do the ball throw, or actually, they were doing it. As let's say Zuko was the first person. No, actually, I take that back. Zumi was the first person to get like a ball throw thing, and then the rest of them did. And then Zuko was the only one left. As he says, "All right, just to let you know, Zuko." Eh? As he tries, as Zuko or Bakugo, or no, not Bakugo, why can't I read his work? The and Zumi says he's quirkless, but he's Kryptonian. that got Mr. Zawa's attention. Wait, so you're saying that your brother is Kryptonian? Yeah. Uh, he was born Kryptonian, right? Yes. I see. As Mr. Zawa says, alright, I want to see what you get. I want to see what you got, Zuko. So, as he throws the ball so hard, Ern, that even it had infinity, like 3 infinity signs hanging in a row, like top, middle, and then bottom. As they're like, what the heck? And he did do the like the he basically, and they move into like dorms, and Zumi he had her own separate door because she knows that her brother isn't a weirdo. He's just he's much more focused minded, and so then he ends up going. So after he was done setting it up for his bedroom thing, he goes into his sister's room, gets her stuff all organized for her. As he's like, so, as they're like, okay, so as a Kryptonian thing, like Mina says, what powers do you have? Well, I can fly, I can shoot lasers, and I'm way faster than anything. And I even have super strength, and I can shoot lasers. I'm saving the last part, or this is what Zuko says, because you might pick on me for it, and but yeah, I can, I also have ice breath. The Now it's the last part, or actually, I have also, if I also have resistance to like bullets or lasers. And now the last part. And as he turns to the rest of them, as he says, don't make fun of me. But I also have x-ray vision. As Zumi, or as, yeah, Mina like, can you see these? As she has her hand behind her chest, or no, behind her, and with her like chest mulked out. As at first he's like, as he looks at her, like straight in the brain thing. Use X-ray vision on her brain. You're one weird person, Harrison. As I looked at through your brain. As they're like, man, who or what can you see through? Well, I could see through walls, or actually, plus I have super hearing. That's what Zuko forgot to mention. So, yeah. So then they're like, oh, okay. So you're saying that you can see into or see into anything, right? Yep. Who's on or as like say one of the students went on to the other side of a wall, oh, as he says, okay, well, I see two people, huh? Oh, is there like really, guy? Yeah, man, that's manly. So then he took a walk and he does he does like bump into her, and he's yeah. So then yeah, he's indestructible. So yeah. So he ends up going around town as he came back. Yeah, he did grab some food, and he was also talking to Class 1B, the student, and yeah. So please wait for part 2 to be filmed. So bye.